Welcome to Bart's Gaming Corner. At the moment there are quite a number of enhanced or remastered versions of famous games available or in the works. Last year you had Final Fantasy VII, this summer the excellent rendition of the complete Mass Effect series. There is a 4K version of The Witcher 3 planned, and somewhere next year we can expect a remastered version of Knights of the Old Republic. And this autumn, the legendary action RPG Diablo II got re-released. Diablo II Resurrected. The original Diablo II really defined this specific action RPG genre, developing a character, killing swaths of enemies and gaining mountains of loot. The first Diablo, which came out in 1997, was something of a hit, but overall could be a little bit repetitive, in my opinion. It was the sequel, released in 2000, that became an instant classic and set the bar for the action hack-and-slash RPG genre, later followed by games like Torchlight and the excellent indie game Greedfall. I have played all 3 Diablo games. The first was good, the third was fun as well, even though that rendition has got something of a bad rap. But like most Diablo players, I spent most of my time playing and enjoying Diablo II. RPGs at that time were somewhat of a niche market within the video game community. It was the Diablo series, however, who in my opinion made RPGs mainstream, next to isometric RPGs like Baldur's Gate. So let's see if this Resurrected edition holds up and is worth playing for both the veteran and the newbie. Story and setting. Diablo II is set in the world of Sanctuary, a universe with an almost constant battle between good and evil. In the previous game, the unnamed hero defeated Diablo, Lord of Hell, and his demon army, but in the process was possessed by Diablo himself and is now traveling through the lands, leaving behind a wake of destruction. Great part of the story is told by a drifter named Marius, who is a companion to the unnamed hero. You, as a player, choose a new hero amongst the 7 character classes, which used to be 5 in the original game: Amazon, Necromancer, Paladin, Barbarian, Sorceress, Druid and Assassin. Each class has his or her unique style of play. For instance, the Barbarian is perfect if you like going toe-to-toe with your enemies. The Sorceress is better suited for keeping her distance and flinging fireballs and lightning bolts around, while the Paladin uses a combination of magic and brute force, for instance. This is a big improvement over the first original game, where you only had 3 classes to pick from. The main story remains pretty interesting, with the respective demon lords as some quite eccentric characters. However, since it is an action RPG, it is quite linear. Don't expect many side quests. Gameplay. Gameplay in Diablo II Resurrected has basically remained the same. Pick a class, start killing enemies in droves, either using a regular attack or by using a special skill or spell, in turn using up your mana. Drink health and mana potions to keep alive and fighting, and collect as much loot you can get your hands on. This type of gameplay set the bar for games in the same genre as Torchlight and Greedfall, and it still works. It is a simple but effective and fun way to play an action RPG. Graphics. The graphics in this Resurrected edition got a big overhaul, and it's here where you can see the value. In-game, the graphics have improved immensely and are suitable to play on an HD or 4K monitor. Now, they won't win any prizes compared to the graphics in current games, such as the of yet to be released Diablo IV, but they do the job. In my opinion, it's the gameplay anyway where this game shines. Overall, Diablo isn't the most colorful of games. The monsters and scenery look good, but a little bit depressing. But hey, that's the point. The world has been taken over by evil. Exceptions, of course, are the spells and abilities. Those are very colorful. The cutscenes have been improved as well. When Diablo II got released, the cutscenes were famous for their high quality, and Blizzard in general was known for this in almost all their games at that time, and they invested a lot in improving the cutscenes in this edition, and it shows. Cutscenes look pretty amazing. If you want, you can switch to the graphics of the original game, which is fun for a while, but you forgot how pixelated it all looks now. Sound. The sound effects in Diablo 2 are still good and do the job, not much to say there. Voice acting is top notch, but of course the main focus here should be on the near perfect soundtrack. The soundtrack was written by Matt Ullman, who composed for a lot of Blizzard games, but I think Diablo 2 is his masterwork. The moody flute and guitar songs really encapsulate the overall vibe of the game. The danger, the sense that the world is being destroyed by evil. Conclusion. Like Mass Effect and Final Fantasy VII, this Diablo II Resurrected truly is a worthy enhanced or remastered version. While keeping the essence of the game mostly the same, the excellent and fun gameplay, you can see that Blizzard took their time investing in upgrading the graphics. They didn't phone in their efforts. Now, Diablo II Resurrected has gotten some mixed reviews. Some professional reviewers are raving about the game, others think it as a little bit mediocre. On a certain level I can understand that, the game doesn't have anything new or original to offer, but I personally have enjoyed myself immensely playing the Resurrected edition up until now. I can recommend it to both veterans and complete newbies, especially as a prequel to the as of yet to be released Diablo 4. I give this game an 8 out of 10. Diablo 2 Resurrected is available on PC on Blizzard's own platform Battle.net, and for Nintendo Switch, PS4, PS5, Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S.